lovely to see you again, or to meet you if you're new. Welcome to my channel. And today I have a very fun video for you. I've been meaning to do another one of these for a while. We're doing another ranking. We are of course still sticking with the BCU, the Barbie Cinematic Universe, in case you don't know. And today I'm going to be ranking all of the Barbie dresses. Now I say all as a slightly light term, as again I'm just going to stick to the films that I have personally watched, which out of the like 40 plus there is now, I want to say I've watched just under 20 of the films. So I know that is about half, but that's just because they've pumped out in the last 10 years an exceeding amount of films that are just not good. Respectfully, maybe at some point I will do another revised Barbie movie ranking and watch all of them, including all of these new ones that just aren't my Barbie. I talked about this in the previous videos, but for anyone who's new, I am an early 2000s baby. I was born in 2002, so I grew up watching the likes of Rapunzel, Swan Lake, Princess and the Pauper. Those are like my Barbie. Kelly Sheridan, when she actually looks like a Barbie doll in the film, you know, which I feel like is the whole point anyway. Yeah, that's my sort of era, and then up until about 2015, 2016, gave up with it. You know, I feel like they're just not as good anymore. So, with that being said, up until about, I want to say, a Fairy Secret, a fashion fairy tale sort of era is what I've watched. So I'm going to do all of the dresses from those films. And when I say all as well, I do just want to specify, I'm not going to do every single little outfit that a Barbie wears, because we would be here for years, we'd be here for so long. But I've just picked out from each film a few key dresses that, like, when you think of the films, that's what you think of. Either a final, like, princess dress, a transformation dress, as they are very popular in the BCU, a really nice maid dress, if it happens to make it in there, or just any significant, like, if it's a fairy, their wings, etc., will be in this video. So, without further ado, I feel like this has been a slightly long-winded intro, but I just wanted to get you up to speed. You understand exactly what I'm going to talk about. So my list is up to 41. I did try and condense it down, but there's honestly just so many that I wanted to talk about. Obviously the ones that I don't like as much, I will get through those really quickly, but the later ones I will have a lot to say. This is my area of expertise. This is what I grew up wanting to wear every single day. So allow me to begin. I've just shuffled myself over to the side because I'm going to put the pictures up here so we have visual references as I'm talking about each of the dresses. So coming in at number 41 from the Barbie Diaries is the dress that Barbie wears to the school dance at the end. There's just nothing particularly memorable about this dress. It's not a ball gown, it's very basic, it's very early 2000s, very much gives me Lindsay Lohan vibes. I like the dress, just in the grand scheme of Barbie dresses, there's nothing that magical about it, and yeah, it's not my favourite. Next up at number 40 from Barbie and the Diamond Castle is Liana's final dress. This like pinky orange sort of thing. I like the shape of it, as you will learn in this video. A princess puff sleeve with a corset sort of style waist and then a big flowy bottom is definitely my absolute dream of a dress. So I love the style, just the colours for me. This dress always stood out as like, I hate the orange. I know that that was like her colour scheme throughout the whole film because it continues into her maid dress as well. If the orange had been like a baby pink, that could have been nice, but yeah, this just, it doesn't really stand out for me. Coming in at number 39 from Barbie A Fairy Secret is Barbie's pink carpet dress. I actually really like this dress, like the fitted peplum top with the long sort of maxi skirt. The colours aren't that awful either. I actually visually enjoy this dress. It's just, again, in the grand scheme of Barbie dresses, it's not that wow. It makes sense for the film, it's just not my personal favourite, but I do actually really like this one. Number 38, again from Barbie and the Diamond Castle, is Liana's maid dress. I'm sorry if you're a Liana fan, I'm personally not. I normally, when it comes to, you know, like the Prince and the Pauper type thing or Prince of the Pop Star, when you've got like two main Barbie characters, I'm normally drawn to the blonde one. This is the only film where I make an exception and I'm more of an Alexa fan. Alexa? Yeah, Alexa. It's the combination of her skin is too pale for some reason compared to other Barbie films, and the colour really washes her out, so it doesn't help. And the hint of orange, again, is not my favourite. I think if they'd have just kept it as hot pink and baby pink, it could have been really, really cute. Or even like subtle hints of like a lilac or something could make this better with like the corset detail. I don't like how it's orange. The style of it, I like the silhouette. I would wear this, but just not in this colour. I don't like it. Is this the one where she has the weird hair as well? She has the bun at the back. Also, if I'm remembering this correctly, this is the one where she has the weird hair with the bun at the bottom. It's kind of similar to traditional Barbie hair that we all tried to recreate with a ponytail at the bottom, but the bun just makes it look very odd. So all of that in combination, it's not one of my favourites. At number 37, from Barbie and the Princess and the Pop Star, we have Kira's ball gown. This is the one that she wears, I believe, when she first meets Tori. They're both in ball gowns. I want to say this is the only sort of big dress we get from her, and I don't like it. I mean, the colour alone compared to her like pop star dress where it's slightly more lilac, I think maybe could have made this dress a little bit better. The shape, the fishtail, I'm not really sure why we got fishtail. I see what they were trying to do. I don't like it. And in the context of how it was designed for, you know, an animated film where there's nothing going on underneath and it's just like one layer that comes out, I feel like just makes it look big and drafty. If it had had like some ruffling layers underneath and like actually been packed out a little bit visually, I would have enjoyed it a bit more. I don't mind the one shoulder thing. It's obviously that's Kira's like signature look, but overall I'm just not very wowed by this dress. Maybe a touch of glitter could have helped, but yeah, I don't really like this one. Although in saying that, as I'm searching up each dress on my phone as I'm talking, just so I've got a reference as well as you've got one, I did see this picture come up, which I'm guessing is some kind of promo picture. It's definitely not, like the dress itself is not in the film at any point. I've watched the film a few times. I'm sure I've never seen this dress, but this is like her pop star dress, but just elevated. This is the design as well that I believe they used for the dolls when they were released. I much prefer this dress, and if they'd have taken this route with her ball gown for this scene, I would love it so much more and it'd be a lot higher on the list. I love the silhouette, I love the ruffles, the layering, everything, and it's like a play on her original pop star dress. This one, don't like it. Let's move on. Next up at number 36, from Barbie Princess Charm School, we have Blair's coronation dress. I actually do like this dress. I like the silhouette. I love a big bellowing skirt. It's my favourite thing, something that just looks big and takes up a lot of room. I love it. So I do like the silhouette of this. The one shoulder thing I can get behind as well. I think it's cute. Like I said with Kira's dress, I do like that design feature. However, the top just looks plastic. It looks uncomfortable. And I know that I'm going to be going into a lot of detail, by the way, about animated dresses that aren't real, and the Barbies aren't real wearing them, but humour me, okay? Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. But it just looks uncomfortable. Like if I was to put that dress on, I feel like I feel like I could go like that, like knock on my chest and you'd hear a like, do you know what I mean? That brings it down. Now, upon further reflection, maybe this dress could have gone a little bit higher looking at my list, but I'm going to keep it where it is. I like the dress. Not mad about the colour. She is more of a hot pink Barbie. I suppose in the context of the film she wears hot pink more than I don't actually think she really wears any baby pink, which obviously is more my favourite in the elements of pink. Yeah, it's not super memorable. It's not super glitzy and glam. I guess it makes sense, and all her friends have like sort of similar matching dresses, which I do think they could have had a slight variation. I feel like they all kind of look like this, just in different colours. Maybe they all went to the same designer on the same day, who knows. Yeah, I like this dress, I don't mind it, I like the silhouette, I like her crown that goes with it. It's just not another personal favourite. One thing I will say though about Blair's look, I like that she has her hair down and it's this like almost Victoria's Secret like bouncy blowout. I love it. I think it's so cute. And I like that the other girlies got it too, like Delancey, I'm pretty sure, gets her hair down at the end. So it kind of gives us this idea that she's sort of not as uptight anymore. She's sort of relaxed. Love the vibe. They've got the same hair. Yeah, I don't know why her hair looks really like fluffy and I just want to squidge it. Number 35, from Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, a favourite movie of mine, if you will, is the grey sister dresses. Yes, that is exactly what we're calling them. What else would you call them? For group sort of dresses like this, I have just put them into one rank just because otherwise we would be here forever, and also majority of these dresses are identical. That's kind of the idea. So I've just grouped them all together. Again, with the sisters' colourful dresses as well, there'll also be just one line of rank, otherwise I'm just basically ranking the colours at that point. You get what I mean. So the grey sister dresses I've put at number 35, and some of you might be a little bit annoyed that they're above some quite cute dresses like the last couple we just talked about. The main thing for me which pushes them up that little bit higher is the shape. The silhouette, I love the sleeves, I love the corset style, I love the big bellowing skirt. I actually really like the designs of these dresses, mainly because they're the same designs as when they have their colours. The only thing that's different is the fact that they're grey, which is also the only reason they're probably down this far in the list, otherwise they'd be a lot higher. I actually think that the grey complements some of the Barbies as well really nicely. The blondes in particular, like Genevieve, and there's another blonde, and I've just been racking my brain about what her name is. I'm pretty sure there's probably a scene in the film where she outright says her name, I just can't picture it. Fallon or Blair or someone, right? I'll insert both pictures of the blondes. I think it complements them really, really nicely. The brunettes, not so much. I think it washes them out. It's quite a cold colour. They're all right dresses. In the context of the film, we don't like them. I don't like why she did that. But I don't hate these dresses purely because of the silhouette. I think they're cute. Other than that, ugh. I don't like grey. If anything about this tells you that I like wearing grey, I failed. I failed. And number 34 from Barbie and the Diamond Castle is Alexa's final dress. I know a lot of people really like this dress, so I am sorry it's quite low. Just again, compared to other dresses, it's not that great. I love the colour scheme. The colour scheme of this dress, the colour scheme of Alexa in general is perfect. In this dress, in her maid dress, like her hair colour, her skin colour, everything complements so nicely with what she wears. I think they really did a good job with like her colour analysis in this film. This dress is no exception. The light purple is such an exquisite shade of purple. It just scratches an itch in my brain. Contrast with the darker purple, I really like it. I like the little layered thing. It's very Cinderella. Apart from the top sort of neckline, I feel like it looks very modern. And in the context of the film, they are, I'm assuming, meant to be like early 18 to 1900s like peasant women, so I'm not overly obsessed with the neckline. I prefer Liana's neckline. I feel like if they'd have taken Liana's silhouette, Alexa's colour scheme, oh, this dress would be so much higher. I would love it. I do like this dress. I think the colours are pretty. I like how sparkly it is. I think it suits Alexa and her hair colour and everything so well, but it's just the top for me kind of ruins it. Coming in at number 33 from Barbie, the Princess and the Pop Star, which I'm just now realising is just Barbie, the Princess and the Pop Star. I thought it was as the or and the, but no, it is just Barbie ... the Princess and the Pop Star. Fair enough. Okay. I'll accept it. Anyway, the dress ranking we have is the blue and pink little mini dress that Tori wears when she's having a little pop star moment. I love the colour scheme of this dress. I think it's so, so pretty. The blue and the pink, I absolutely love it. And when they add the little like fishtail extension, I'm not mad about it. It's okay, but as a mini dress by itself, I really like the style. I like the shape. I like how sparkly it is. I think it suits Tori. Yeah, I think everything works for this outfit. I visually really enjoy this. Also, while I was searching up this dress for reference, I discovered that the dress I spoke about earlier with Kira that I said was just promo, turns out she actually does wear it in the film. She wears it in this scene, so I take that back, and this I much prefer to the original fishtail ball gown that she has, and she does actually wear it in the film, so yay, I'm really happy about that. Okay, moving on, because my camera started to already tell me that it's dying, and I really don't understand how, because I've only been filming for at least half an hour, not even, and I've been stopping in between each ranking because, again, if you watch my previous videos, the temperature gauge keeps going up. I don't like this camera. I really don't. For anything other than just general vlogging, for like sit down videos, chatty videos like this, it's really not good, and I'm contemplating when I do these videos in the future, I might just film these ones on my phone, because clearly my camera can't hack it. So coming in at number 32 from Barbie A Fairy Secret is her fairy look with the colourful wings. I'm including the wings as part of the whole dress combination because they're sort of what makes up the entire outfit. I also, actually, quick shout out to her shoes. I think they're really cute, the way they like spiral up her leg. Love them. They're very Victoria's Secret angel. The dress itself is a little bit basic, a bit boring. I think it needs the wings to look as good as it does. Now thinking about it, it's actually quite similar to her pink carpet look, which I'm guessing was intentional. It's kind of got the top silhouette of that, just in like a stretched out sort of dress, mini dress version. I like the little ruffle of blue, the little layered bit at the bottom, it's quite cute. I just feel like maybe we could have had some sparkles or maybe like some glittery swirls on the dress to tie in with the wings. The dress itself, a little bit boring. The wings though, I do visually enjoy the wings. Very rainbow, I like all the swirls. Quite a different design to what we've got with fairy wings in the past. Definitely not on par with the classics of Fairytopia, but I do really enjoy this design. I think it's very pretty. I love the wings. I like the dress. It's not super wow, and I feel like the dress did need the wings to look as good as it does. Also, just quickly, as I haven't pointed it out already, if you have noticed, I have pink hair. Yes. Yes, I do. And no, it was not intentional. Okay, I had to film a brand ad last week where I had to colour pieces of my hair. I'll insert a picture. I was recreating Enid from Wednesday, which I haven't watched, but a lot of people have told me that I should. And maybe I will. She looks kind of fun. People say we have similar energy. I had colourful extensions, like clip-ins to pop in, and then the brand also suggested that we colour some pieces of our hair to make it blend and, you know, just make it look a bit more fun, which I did with hair chalk. The blue washed out, the pink did not. You may not have even noticed, which if you haven't, that's great, but just slightly at the front of my hair, I really don't know if you can see, but there's some slightly salmon tinged parts of my hair, which I'm not excited about. I don't want pink hair. Okay, don't get me wrong. It would be fun to have some pink highlights for a day or blue highlights for a day. Hence the clip-ins to give me a little bit of something, something. My actual hair though is my pride and joy. I've scrubbed this hair now about 5 times. People keep telling me to use fairy liquid. My sister says it's fine to use on my hair. I don't know, I just feel like it's going to dry it out and it just seems weird. But I'm going to have to at some point because my hair is pink. Anyway. Let's move on with the ranking because we've still got another like 30 to go. So at number 31 from Barbie Fairytopia Magic of the Rainbow, we have Alina's magic rainbow look. Once the rainbow has, you know, engulfed her and given her a new look, we've got our final Alina transformation dress and wings. Unfortunately, out of the Barbie Fairytopia trilogy, this is my least favourite look of Elena's. Let me know if it's yours as well. I'm not mad about the wings. I don't mind them. I think they're pretty. They're obviously rainbow. I like them. It's the fact that the corset doesn't match. They have like this awkward sort of reddy hot pink in one of the corset stripes that is different to the pink in the wings, and it just sets me off. Also the fact that like the lining for the dress and the main colour is pink as well, but her wings are rainbow with like this sort of white silvery hue. They look like 2 separate costumes, you know? There could have been a separate dress or a separate set of wings for both of these looks. I don't like it. I don't think it meshes well. It's not visually pleasing to my eyes because it doesn't coordinate very well. Separately, I do like both the designs. I like the dress separately. I like the wings separately. But together, I just don't think this really worked. And yeah, I think it's the wings that are throwing me off. If the wings had more of like a pink lining around the colours, maybe it could have worked. Or if they just didn't put this random hot pink onto her corset that doesn't match the wings, it would have worked. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's move on. Also, I know this isn't technically talking about the dress or any element of her outfit, but it completes the overall look. It again triggers me that they didn't, for the final film, give her the hair that they have on all of the promo. Literally any DVD cover, or if you go on Google and search up this film, you'll get at least half of the pictures with her hair like this, which I want to say she has for all of about 5 seconds in the first film when she brushes her hair. It's not even that, it's just down. It doesn't have the little like half up, half down little pony that she has. I think this hair is so cute and I'm really sad that we didn't get to see it more in the trilogy. And maybe with this rainbow look it could have been fun with some rainbow hues in her hair. How cute would that have been? Like some little rainbow stripes. Don't mention my hair. Don't look at my hair. Not like me, but you get the vibe. Disappointing. It's good. I'm waiting for you to be great. Okay, we've made it to the top 30. So coming in at number 30 from Barbie in the Diamond Castle is Alexa's maid dress. It beats any other dress in this film by a mile. I think this is so pretty. Also, this is the last dress in this film that I'm going to talk about. For duo sort of films, I'm going to try and just stick with 2 dresses per Barbie. So for this dress, I love it. I love the colour scheme. Again, I've said this about her previous final dress, that her colours were spot on for her skin tone, for her hair colour. I love her hairstyle. The little like bunchy bun is so cute. I like the corset detail. I like the shape, the length, everything. I want this dress. I would 100% wear this dress. I think it's so pretty. I don't have really one bad thing to say about this dress. I really like it. A good dress for number 30. I'm now thinking it probably could have gone a bit higher again. Higher than the one I'm about to talk about, but it felt criminal to put it any lower than it already was. You'll see why. Let's talk about number 29, shall we? And at number 29 from Barbie as the Island Princess is the peacock dress. This is the only dress from this film that I'm going to talk about because for the majority of it, she pretty much just wears a towel. And what can I really say about a towel? I mean, it's a towel. So the peacock dress, not one of my personal favourites. I know a lot of people love this dress. I am not one of them, I'm sorry. I don't mind the peacock design, I think it makes sense. I actually quite like the wing feather situation she has going on. I think it's a little bit different. You know, we haven't really seen it in a Barbie dress. I just think it's very heavy on the blue, which is fine. But I do think, especially like these little layered, like sort of sheer things that she has going over the top of the skirt would have been so much prettier if they were more pink. To add a bit of contrast, otherwise they just kind of look a bit see-through and there's really no point in them being there. I like the corset style, I like the sleeves with the extra little feathers. I like that the feathers up here as well on the neckline tie in with the overall feathers at the top. I like all of that. I pretty much like the bodice and the feathers. It's the skirt that annoys me. I think there's a lot going on the skirt in contrast to the wings. Like the designs don't really match. I'm pretty sure in the promo photos and on like the DVD cover, it's definitely a slightly different dress. I prefer this a little bit more with the more pink. I'm not a massive fan, I'm sorry. Moving on to number 28 from Barbie Fairytopia Mermaidia, we have her new design dress and wings. Her new fairy design, if you will. I like this and I don't like this. In comparison to her original design, I remember when I first watched this and seeing her come out of the water and not go back to what she used to look like. I was a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie, just because at the end of the first film when she gets her big pink sparkly wings, which we will get to, just life-changing, honestly. I thought that was tremendous. So I was a little bit sad that she kind of kept this new design. I do understand why. They wanted to give us something new and exciting and it matches her mermaid look, which again, we will get to. I like the top of the bodice with like the roses. I like the arm pieces. This is something a little bit different we haven't seen. Really enjoy those. The petal skirt, again, it's similar to her original, but it's this dark hot pink, which I personally don't think suits Elena. I think she's too Alina. Why do I keep saying Elena? Have I said Elena again? Because I know her name is Alina. It's because they're American, they go, Elena! And it sounds like Elena, but it's Alina. Apologies if I've been saying Elena, I mean Alina. Personally, I think Alina is too pale and a bit washed out. And also her hair in this one, I think I spoke about this in previous videos, her hair's a lot more yellow. So I really don't think this colour complements her very well. I'm not a hot pink fan, I am a baby pink fan, so already that does trickle it down. And I have also ranked these outfits as well, based on how much I would want to wear them and how much I would want them in my own wardrobe. This is up there, not that high. I like the wings. I really like the wings. I think they're so pretty. I love the design of these. But again, compared to other wings she has, I like this design. I do. I think it's cute. I like the armbands. I like the roses. I like how it frames off of her mermaid look. But the hot pink is just not cutting it for me. I'm sorry. I like it. I don't love it. Coming in at number 27 from Barbie, the Princess and the Pop Star is Kira's Pop Star dress. I really like this dress. I love the colours of it. I love the shape. I love the boots. I actually really like her wig as well. I like the purple hair. I think it's a vibe. This one I'm very pleased with. I really enjoy this one. And this is, again, another one of those outfits I probably would wear on occasion. The boots especially I think are so much fun. The actual design of the dress, I like the tiered sort of skirt, I like the sparkles, the one shoulder thing, obviously it's very Kira, with the little star belt as well, I think it's very cute. It's very, you know, it's very young, I guess, it's very adolescent, but I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I just think it's really cute. I like all the colours. I like the teal belt with like the lilac sort of dress and skirt. I think everything works for this. It matches her hair, the little matching little star headband as well. Her microphone. I rate this outfit very highly. I think it's really pretty. I love the colours. This was a solid one. For a later Barbie film, I really like this look. I think it's super cute. So coming in at number 26 from Barbie, A Fashion Fairy Tale is her final transformation dress. This is another popular favourite. I've seen a lot of people talk about this one. I know a lot of people love it. So I'm not going to hate on it too much. And honestly, I actually don't have that much bad things to say. I know it's technically two dresses into one, but I'm putting them in the same ranking, otherwise again we'd be here forever. So briefly, the start of the dress, like the first sort of before, if you will, I actually think I prefer to the transformation dress. The simple like baby pink little silhouette, I really like this dress. I'd personally wear it. I probably actually have something very similar in my wardrobe as we speak. Yeah, I like the corset style, I like the length, everything is perfection, the colour as well. It's such a beautiful dress. And then of course it magically transforms into a larger ball gown. It has a huge puffy skirt, which of course I love. I'm not a massive fan of the hot pink, but I do like the sort of gradient tiered effect it has on the skirt. It's a very, very big skirt, which pleases me a lot. I like the little waistband, and also the corset style like sweetheart neckline is super cute. Yeah, I like how sparkly it is. I'm not a massive fan of the ponytail she puts with it, but other than that, I do think this is a solid Barbie dress. I think they managed to regain a little bit of the OG 2000s magic there. Hello. Hi. Someone wants to get hold of me. Bear with. I'll see you for what, number 25? Oh my goodness, sorry, I just got really hot. Apologies if I'm blushing. I'm just talking with my manager. A really exciting opportunity has just come through, which I can't talk about, but I'm so excited about it. Anyway, right, okay, let's move on. Let's move on with the ranking. We don't need to talk about this. The camera's gonna die again. Number 25 from Barbie in the Pink Shoes is her Swan Lake dress. I think this is actually a really pretty dress. You'll notice a theme here. As much as I'm a pink and blue girly, purple, there's certain shades of purple that really scratch and itch in my brain, and this is one of them. Obviously, it's not the OG Swan Lake dress, which will be a lot further up in this list, but for a Swan Lake rendition, I do think this is done really, really well. Does it match the pink shoes? No, it doesn't. Should have been purple, but context of the film, she's wearing pink shoes regardless. I'm not a massive fan of the crown. I think it actually looks quite cheap, but we're talking about the dress, of course. I love the little feather design on the corset. Obviously the sweetheart, because it's the ballet, the tutu with like the little feathers are so cute. As previously mentioned, I love the colour scheme of this one. The purple with like, I know the tutu is probably white, but it's almost got like a blue hue to it, which I think complements the purple quite nicely. It's got a few layers to it, the slight little pinky glittery hues as well, like the little swirls and stuff on the bodice. Yes, this is a beautiful dress and I would 100% wear it. I love it. I think it's so pretty. Moving right along to number 24 from Barbie Fairytopia Mermaidia, we have her mermaid look, which now as I'm looking at them side by side compared to her fairy look in this like hot pink design, I actually prefer the fairy look. So I don't know what I was thinking when I was making this ranking. So for the sake of this video, again, for the sake of me editing, I'm going to keep the rankings where they are. But I actually think that I prefer the fairy look of this design. Just saying. But let's talk about it. First up, I really don't like the colour. The colour is, in my opinion, horrendous. I don't like the colour of the tail, especially the fins at the bottom, how they're slightly like, you've got one sort of cool toned hot pink and then a warm toned hot pink at the bottom. I don't know, it's not my favourite. I like the rose design at the top and like the little arm pieces that obviously are in her fairy look. That is one thing I liked from that look, so I like it in this as well. But in its entirety, this is not my favourite, so I actually don't know why it is this high. Thinking about it, it could definitely be a good like 6 or 7 lower, honestly. Yeah, I like it, I don't love it. This would have been a great opportunity for her to have different hair. I know that Nori has a plait, but I do think some sort of braid situation would have been so pretty with this because it would have complemented the mermaid tail, you know, it would have been like her own mermaid tail in her hair. So that also brings this look down, the fact that she's still got that damn bun. But other than that, not my favourite. Not sure why it's here, but yeah, nothing more to say, let's move on. Coming in at number 23 from Barbie Princess Charm School, we have the uniform. This is a very iconic outfit. Even though this is a much later Barbie film, I want to say this was like 2015, 2016. This, I know a lot of people do love, and myself included. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And if I could have worn a uniform that looked like this when I went to school, I would have gone to school a lot more happier, okay? A lot happier, especially with the little pink shoes, little pink Mary Janes, the waistcoat vibe. I love it. I think this uniform is gorgeous. You've got the original version, which is obviously what everyone wears at the start of the film, and then a little bit later they obviously jazz it up and she has like her own little pink puff sleeve jacket. I love both versions. I think they're both so cute. I don't mind the hot pink in this context. I think it works. I think if it had been a baby pink, it wouldn't have hit as much. Yeah, I 100% want this outfit. I think it's a nice sort of play on what she wears as a waitress, because that's sort of a similar, you know, white shirt, the little apron, pink skirt, pink shoes, and then obviously elevated into the uniform. I thought that was quite nice. I do think it would have been fun if we'd have got to see them with a pink blazer over the top at some point in the film, just to complete the look. I feel like that actually makes sense for the uniform, that probably is a thing and we just don't see it. But yeah, I love the uniforms. I think this outfit, both renditions, are gorgeous. Okay, we're at number 22 now, and in that spot is Barbie in the Pink Shoes, the Giselle dress. I love this dress. I think it's gorgeous. Barbie in the Pink Shoes as a whole, actually, when I was doing this ranking and thinking of all the dresses in the films, I honestly disregarded Barbie in the Pink Shoes as not having great dresses, and then when I was actually looking at them on Google and looking at the pictures, I was like, hang on a second, and I had to reshift a lot of my list to put these up significantly higher than they originally were. I think it's because, again, I was like, it's one of those later films, it's probably not that great. No, these dresses in this film, they actually slap. They're really cute. So this Giselle one in particular, the blue and the pink, it's very similar colour scheme to Tori's pop star dress from Princess and the Popstar, which is why I like it. This shade of blue with this shade of pink scratches an itch in my brain. You'll notice that's a saying I love to say. I like the pointed corset at the top. I think it's so pretty. I don't mind the longer tutu as well. I love the hair and the little like flower crown that she has to go with it. And obviously with this dress, the pink shoes actually match. So I feel like that makes it a little bit better. All in all, like the sparkles, the little swirl designs, and like the fact that the top of the corset does kind of look like wings or ears. Yeah, this dress is gorgeous and it deserves to be where it is on the list. It's one that I definitely would wear. Next up at number 21, and it does feel a little bit criminal to put a dress from this film this low, but it kind of had to be done. I'm sorry, it's my least favourite. From Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper, we have Erica's wedding dress. I know a lot of people love this. I do too. I think it's pretty. It's just not my favourite, and compared to other dresses I have above it, it falls in the ranks. I'm sorry, it does. I love the silhouette, the simple white with the blue lining. I think it's quite pretty. I'm just not a fan of the navy blue colour that they chose. I think it's not very Erica. Considering her other two dresses have baby blue, I think they should have kept that with like the gold. Could have been quite nice. I think maybe they could have done some sort of like corset homage to her original maid dress, just because Annalise's wedding dress, which we'll talk about soon, is obviously quite similar to her like staple dress in the film. So maybe if they could have done some sort of like little detail just to, you know, kind of hint at her original maid dress, would have been kind of fun in this wedding dress. I just feel like it's not wow. You know, I don't particularly like the navy blue choker that she's got on either, and the fact that her roses are the baby blue ones, you know, the one that Dominic picked out like on their little first date. I like the colour of the roses. The fact that they went with her, you know, traditional baby blue roses made sense. Why couldn't the dress also have that colour? Because I'm pretty sure Annalise's complements her roses. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. I know it's literally an animated Barbie film, but still, it's not my favourite dress. I am sorry. I like the silhouette. I like the big skirt. I like the veil. I like the sleeves, the bodice. Like, the style of it is nice. The colours weren't for me. It just didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. Okay, this brings us to number 20. So we're officially in the top 20 of the Barbie dress ranking. And taking this spot from Barbie in the Pink Shoes is her final dress. I want to say it's like her recital dress is the one she does like her final performance in. Even though it's hot pink, and I do think it would have been gorgeous in more baby pink, I do really like it. I love the bodice. I love the tiered skirt, the long sort of tutu. I love the hair that she has with it as well. I think the hair really makes it like stand out even more. I love how the tiers are almost like little rose petals as well. Like, I feel like if you flipped her upside down, she'd look like a flower. I love, love, love the sparkly bodice. I think it's so, so pretty and really nice to look at. And yeah, just all in all, this is a very good dress. It's a good finale dress. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very pretty, it's very sparkly, and it scratches one of those little itches in my brain. I'd say this is deserving of number 20. Coming in at number 19, I have from Barbie Rapunzel, her pink maid dress. I say maid dress, it hasn't got like the typical sort of corset style peasant looking vibe as some other previous maid dresses have, like Diamond Castle. But technically in this context of the film, she is the maid, so that's what we're going to call it. It's like her original day dress, if you will. I do really like this dress. I think it's very, very pretty. I'm not a massive fan of the long sleeve with the short puff sleeve in this style. I feel like maybe if we'd have got like a little flare or something on the cuff would have been quite nice. I don't really like how it just sort of ends. Even just a gold rim just to tie in with the rest of the dress would have been quite nice. In saying that though, I do love the gold details in this dress around the bottom of the corset. I like the ruched bodice at the top and the little gold rims on the sleeves. They're nice little touches. I feel like Rapunzel is obviously a very gold girly, and I think it looks nice. It's a nice contrast against her hair, and also in some lights as well there's almost like a purpley hue sort of ombre in the dress, which I guess is a subtle foreshadowing to the end of the film. So all in all, this is a very cute, simple made dress. Yeah, I like it. It's not particularly special, but it does what it needs to do. I like it. It's not particularly flashy like some of the dresses I've previously mentioned that are lower, but I had to put it high because it's Barbie Rapunzel. You know, it couldn't possibly go any lower than number 19, really. Okay, we've made it to number 18, and in this spot is from Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, the sister colourful dresses. These had to be quite high up on the list. I think these dresses are beautiful. I love every single colour. In particular, obviously the older sisters' dresses, the ones that are all the same style, which I do feel like I only focused on those in the grey dresses when I spoke about those because of the silhouette. I didn't really touch on the younger ones, the twins, or like the super young girlies. I don't mind their dresses, just obviously for me personally, the older ones make more sense and they're the more iconic style. So I'm just going to focus on those again. Hello. I am very popular today. These dresses, love the silhouette like I already spoke about. I love the sleeves, I love the corset style, I love them long and short. I'm putting both versions into the same ranking just because they're basically the same dress. I think these dresses are gorgeous. Obviously I am excluding specifically Genevieve's dress because that might be somewhere else on the list. I honestly don't know if I have a favourite. I'm just looking at them now deciding if I have a favourite colour out of all of these. I love the twins and the children's dresses in the colours more than I like the grey. I had nothing to really say on the grey versions, but the twins dresses and the younger ones are really, really pretty with their colours on. Especially the three little girls. The dresses are like little bridesmaid flower girl dresses. I think they're so cute. Honestly, I'm probably going to sound so basic, but the pink and the purple obviously do stand out for me. They are my colours. I do hold special appreciation though for the navy one. And of course, I can't talk about these without mentioning the matching shoes, which you guys know are just stunning. I want every single pair. They obviously complement the dresses perfectly. They all have their corresponding shoe to their dress. I mean, yeah, these dresses definitely deserved a spot in the top 20. They couldn't possibly go any lower. I love them all. I think all of the sisters look amazing. And yeah, the silhouette, the big skirts, I'm obsessed. I would 100% wear these dresses. Also, an extra little detail in these dresses that I don't think a lot of people notice is that if you look closely on the top of their bodices, along their neckline, they each have a separate flower, which I believe corresponds to the flower on their books or on the floor where they go to the magic pavilion. I thought that was quite a nice little touch. So I think, yeah, that's really cute. Coming in at number 17 from Barbie Swan Lake, we have her pink date night dress. I absolutely adore this dress. I think it's so beautiful. I love the choker that corresponds with it. I love the sleeves. I love the silhouette. Everything about this is very dreamy. I especially love the shade of pink that they went with. It could have been very easy to match this dress almost to the Barbie Rapunzel pink dress, but I like just how different they are because of the colour. I like the extra layer of sort of sheer fabric that goes over the top that just elevates it that little bit more. It's a bit sparkly. The sun has decided to come back out, so sorry if the lighting keeps going really weird. I was told that it was going to be super miserable today, and clearly I was lied to by the weather app. One thing I don't like about this dress, which I did mention with the Rapunzel one, is the sleeves. I like the puff sleeve part at the top, but again, it's the fact that the arms just sort of stop, like there's no sort of frill. I think with the extra transparent sparkly layer that they did on the skirt, if they'd have brought some of that to the wrists, I think that could have been really cute. But like I said, I do actually really appreciate the choker, and it goes with the hair, and just, yeah, this dress is beautiful. The colour, everything, it made sense for it fit in the film. I like the design on the bodice. This is a beautiful dress, and it's one that I would very much like to wear. Hi, it's the next day now. My camera officially died yesterday completely, wouldn't charge for a while. The sun went in, so the lighting went terrible, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to film the second half tomorrow. Let's pick up straight where we left off and keep this going. So next up at number 16 from Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus is her purple day dress. I absolutely love this dress. I think it's so beautiful. Long and short version, they're both in the same ranking because she only wears the short one, not for very long. It's so pretty. I love the colour, I love the neckline, the bellowing puffy sleeves, like everything about this dress works so, so well. The gems, her hair with it as well is so pretty. It's honestly, it's surprising it's not higher on the list how much I love it, but compared to other dresses that are a bit higher, it had to stoop a bit lower. Also, just the fact that it does in some lights look a bit dirty for some reason. I think it's meant to be the fabric of it, the way it's animated. It's meant to look like fuzzy and woolly, I guess, to keep her warm. So, you know, that brings it down just a touch. But for the most part, I absolutely love this dress. I think it's stunning with the white tights and the white little ankle boots she has, specifically when she's going up the stairs in Wenlock's tower, and the sound that her footsteps make is just impeccable, and I always strive to recreate that whenever I'm wearing any kind of shoes. So yeah, safe to say, this is a solid dress. I really like it. Okay, thinking about it now, what I'm about to put for the next ranking probably could have been switched with the last one, but like I said, we're just gonna roll with it. So coming in at number 15 from Barbie in the Nutcracker is Clara's nightgown. This is such a beautiful little piece. I honestly want something like this to sleep in real life. The pink and the white, the lacy frills, I like the sleeves. I love the little like corset bodice at the top. Unlike other dresses that we spoke about where it has the cap sleeve and then the long and then it just finishes, this one does actually have the little lace detail around the cuff, which I think makes it just look that little bit prettier. It's such a lovely colour, and the fact that Barbie in this film as well has more golden hair, I think to the rest of the films, it complements it really nicely. Yeah, I don't have much to say on this other than it is a really simple, pretty little dress, and I love the shoes that go with it. Simple, pink little slip-ons, but I would 100% wear this if I could. Coming in at number 14 from Barbie of Swan Lake is Odette's blue maid dress. This is another gorgeous number. It's very simple but elegant. I love the shape, of course. We have to talk about the silhouette. It has a big puffy skirt. I love the shoes that go with it. I love the neckline that she has, like the little off the shoulder kind of moment. It's a little bit different. The sort of 3/4 length sleeves. I love a 3/4 length sleeve on a dress like this, and you'll notice this as I talk about more dresses that are coming up. The 3/4 length like Barbie sleeve. Oh, perfection. I love it more than a full length. Let's just say that. I love the colour of this one. I think it's so pretty. I like that it's also got the extra little transparent almost like layer over the skirt. It just makes it that little bit more fancy, even though it is technically just like a baker's daughter dress. Yeah, it's just a very pretty dress. I love this one, and I definitely wanted it when I was younger. So coming in at number 13 from Barbie the Princess and the Pop Star is Tori's ball gown. I love this dress, and I know that I've said this about most of the dresses despite how low they've been on the list as well, but this is a favourite of mine. I think it's so beautiful. I'm not much of a hot pink girly, as you know, but in this dress I will accept, because I think if it was super baby pink it probably wouldn't work as well. Of course, it goes without saying I love the big skirt, but mainly it's the bodice on this one. The like wrap around little belt with the bow up here is so cute. The little sweetheart neckline, the way it starts off as like a hot pink up here and then goes into a baby pink. Everything about it is so pretty. It's sparkly. I love the pattern on the skirt as well. When I first watched this film, I thought it was giving like shower curtains along the bottom. Now I retract that statement. I don't think that anymore. I love this dress. I think it's so pretty, and it's it's one that I really want it. I want all of them. I want all of them. And also thinking about it in the grand scheme of like the Barbie universe, I think it's rare that we actually get a strapless dress as well. So I like the fact that this is strapless. Other than like the tutus from the pink Barbie and the pink shoes, we don't really get much of a strapless. So I appreciate that they did this in this film. For number 12, we're going back to Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus for Brietta's pink dress. This is pretty much the only dress that she actually wears in the film, because for most of the film she is a Pegasus. You know, she's a flying horse. But this dress, I honestly, growing up, I never thought much of this one, and it used to be one that it was quite forgettable to me. Honestly, up until I researched for this video and was looking back through all the dresses, I found a new love for this one, and I think it's so pretty. Let's talk about it. Of course, the skirt. The skirt is so beautiful. I love like the ruffly opening at the front, and you've got like the different layers. This is what I want. I want a dress that looks like it's big and heavy and would twirl really nicely, and this one looks like it would do that. I like the sleeves. We've got the puff and then the full length. Sadly, nothing on the wrist, but I'll let it slide. I think it complements her hair colour really nicely, and just in general her colour analysis was done quite well as a human. It's a really nice subtle soft baby pink. Like, this is the perfect shade of pink in my opinion, and I like that they added the slightly darker for the layered part on the skirt. I think it's a lovely contrast. It kind of sparkles in the sun. The corset, like bodice top as well, super flattering. Very simple design on the top half for the most part. It's just the skirt that has everything going on, but I love it. I think this is a gorgeous Barbie dress, and I would have liked to have seen Barbie herself in it as well, but I'll settle for Brietta because she's just as pretty. Okay, we have successfully made it to number 11, and then we'll be into the final top 10, which I guess are my ultimate favourite Barbie dresses of all time. So taking the spot of number 11 from Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper is Annalise's wedding dress. This could have made top 10, I'll be honest. It's Annalise after all. I honestly, from about this point on, struggled of where to put any of these dresses because I wanted to give them all the number 1 spot, but as it's not quite her normal dress, it had to go just that little bit lower. We'll talk about that one shortly. Again, like I said, I love a 3/4 length sleeve in a Barbie dress, and this one has a really nice like pink sort of sheer finishing on, I was going to say the wrist or the cuff. Is it technically still the cuff if it ends at the elbow? At the end of the sleeve, I really like how they finished it off. It's so pretty, and it keeps a bit of pink in the dress because there isn't really much in this one. Obviously it's a wedding dress, so it's primarily white, but I like the hints of gold along like the bodice over the skirt. I like the double layer where you always see like a little something peeking through. Oh, this dress is gorgeous. It's definitely obviously better than Erica's, hence why it's so much further up on the list. I love the matching veil with the little gold rim. Yeah, this is stunning. And honestly, I've often thought that this is the same style and shape and everything and colour scheme of how I want my wedding dress sometime in the future. Who knows? But the 3/4 length sleeve is really talking to me, especially on this dress. Yeah, I love it. I love the little like frilly bit at the top as well. And unlike Erica, this dress actually has a complementing bouquet with the pink roses, which just work beautifully. It ties the whole look together, and she and Julian look so cute as a couple. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's stunning. And of course, the skirt is big and puffy and just looks like it would be so fun to twirl in. This absolutely A star. A star. Okay, we have officially made it to the top 10 Barbie dresses of all time, in my opinion. Let's see what dress is taking spot number 10. So for number 10, I have, again, from Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus, it's Annika's pink skate party dress. Oh my goodness, growing up did I want this dress so badly, and I do feel like I have a few dresses in my wardrobe that give off a similar vibe, but I am yet to have this exact dress. And I tell you, one day when I can make my own clothes, this is definitely going to be one of those pieces that I make first. I love this dress. I haven't really said this about many of the dresses, but I do think this is one in particular, after looking on Google, that they destroyed when making the doll. Look at the comparison. Doesn't look anything like it. Why is it white and purple? I don't know what they did there. In the film though, it's this gorgeous blush baby pink. The bow, I love the sleeves. I love the little like frill sort of asymmetric detail at the bottom. Obviously with the skates and the hairdo. I love this. I love this whole outfit. I think it's so cute. It's so pretty. The perfect thing to sneak out of the castle in. Yeah, I have no notes on this. It's so beautiful. I love like the little lettuce hem sort of frills it has over it. I love the straight across neckline, and then the sort of like bolero detail we have with the sleeves. It kind of looks like that was an add-on, and she could sort of slip the sleeves off and it would be like a little strapless. I think would be so fun. I love the choker as well that also ties in with the rest of the dress. You got the matching headband. Everything about this outfit is absolute perfection to a T, and it's honestly making me think, how have I not put more Magic of Pegasus dresses in the top 10? The outfits in that film are 10 out of 10, so I do apologise. Upon reflection, more of the Magic of Pegasus in general should have been in the top 10, but this definitely deserved a spot because look at it. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, I could talk about this dress forever. We've got more dresses that I could talk about forever as well, so we need to get a move on. Oh, the sun has decided to grace us with its presence. So coming in at number 9 from Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper is Erica's maid dress. This is a fan favourite for a reason, and it is one of my personal favourites. The colours, the fit, everything. Love it. I like the fact that it's not as big of a skirt as Annalise's main dress in the film, obviously because it's meant to be a bit more toned down. She's not a princess, so that makes sense. I like how simple the design is on this one. It's got a 3/4 length sleeve, so you already know I'm obsessed. I love the corset detail at the front with the bits of pink. I like when people recreate it in person and like make their own rendition of it. They add like a sort of white floral sort of layer to one of the front layers of the skirt, which you can kind of subtly see in the animation. It's not that visible, but I feel like it is kind of there. Because also when you think about in the context of the film, she probably made the dress herself, so she would have tried to find the prettiest fabric, I guess at the cheapest price, and, you know, make herself something very, very pretty. I love the colours. The baby blue is perfection, absolute perfection, especially in the film as well against Annalise, of course. It matches her blue rose and like the blue butterfly sort of thing. Yeah, this is a gorgeous made dress. It's obviously one of the best by far. I also really like that at the bottom of the bodice you get like this sort of pink frill that is also on the end of her sleeve, so it all sort of ties in nicely. It's very sandwich method. This is something that I'm still striving to find something in real life that would emulate this for an everyday dress. Also, quick note for this outfit that I always think of every time I look at it, and it would make sense for Erica's character to do this considering she's a seamstress and she probably thinks about little details like this, is that the little hairband she has in her hair looks like a clear elastic. I'm guessing that's the idea because it's probably all she has available to her. But I feel like it just would have made sense if it was baby blue or baby pink, something to tie it in with the dress. She would have just used like an extra cut off bit of fabric to pop in her hair. Other than that, this look obviously is an absolute 10 out of 10. It's a classic, it's a fan favourite, for a very good reason. Okay, that brings us to number 8, and in that spot from Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses is Genevieve's main dress. The long and the short version, I've popped them in the same rank. This dress, much like all the rest that I've spoken about, is beautiful. I love how it contrasts from her sister's dresses, and it's still the same silhouette, but she gets her own colour scheme, so it's instantly obvious who our main character is. Though if it's not obvious who Barbie is against all of the NPC sort of Barbies, I can't help you there. The colours of this one, I love the white bodice, and then she's got like the pink on the sleeves, and the skirt alone, long and short, I love it both ways. I love the gradient and like the gold sparkle that it has. I love the little frill at the bottom as well. It's so pretty, and how it also sort of comes out in her sleeves. There is honestly so much to individually unpack about this dress. Like every little detail is so cute. I love the bodice with the little gold buttons around the collar as well, the little like petal like leaf sort of details to go with the rose. Obviously her rose is in the middle, just like her sister's. She's got the same flower that's on her book and on her like floor stone. The sleeves, of course we have to talk about the sleeves. They're a lovely 3/4 length, but they've got that lovely puff that matches her skirt, which I think is a nice sort of like sandwich method they've done here. But also like to finish off her sleeve as well, she's got a little mini rose, and then they're not even like frills, which you'd think they would do that to tie in with the bottom of the skirt. They're actually extra little leaves. Everything about this dress is perfection. Obviously her hair, I feel like we have to talk about her hair as well, is so cute. It's like that typical Barbie hair where she's got one of those ponytails that you know would fall out in 2 seconds, but you still tried it anyway. Also, I feel like I should mention this is a rare occasion with most Barbie dresses and just dresses in general. I'm always going to pick a big full-length flowing ball gown over anything else, but with Genevieve's dress I actually think I prefer the shorter version, like the ballet version, mainly because then that way we get to see her shoes. We cannot talk about Genevieve's dress without mentioning her gorgeous shoes. She obviously gets the best ones out of the bunch. They're like almost purple, glittery, they've got the roses on, like he did them so well. They're so pretty, and when she has the shorter version of the dress on you can see the ribbons wrap up her leg like typical ballet shoes. Yeah, everything about this look is so beautiful. It just scratches an itch in my brain, this outfit. And like I said, it works really well with the rest of her sisters and instantly tells you this is whose story this is, okay? This is Barbie. Honestly, thinking about it, whoever did design most of these dresses for the Barbie films, I hope in real life they actually have like a successful dress business and they make garments that look like this. If so, I want to know who they are, where they sell these clothes, and if I can buy them, please and thank you. Coming in at number 7 from Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper, we have Erica's princess dress. This is the dress that she wears when she's pretending to be Annalise, so for the most part she does have the blonde wig on, but we do actually also get to see her in this one with her natural hair, and both work very well with this dress. This is another absolute fan favourite, so I do apologise that it's only at number 7, but me personally, there's other dresses I like more, but I do feel like at least I've got it in the top 10, so you can't be be that angry with me. I love the fact that this dress is basically an elevated ball gown version of her maid dress. It's got the similar colour scheme, the silhouette with the sleeves, the way that the skirt also is layered and sort of opens up like her maid dress. I love the rims of gold. It's very Annalise, but it's still very Erica with the blue and the pink. Everything about this. I like how it's more of like a powdery blue compared to her maid dress, so we do get a bit of variation. It's got a huge skirt, so of course I'm obsessed with it. It twirls so nicely. There is no notes on this, other than the fact I wish it was a tad bit more sparkly. Other than that, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous dress, and I'm aware I've said that for pretty much all of them. What do you expect me to say? There's a reason this one is so beloved, and I can see it. It's absolutely beautiful. Also, again, I like the fact that with the sleeves they don't just finish, they do have a little extra bit of frill around the edge. It just adds that extra bit of whimsy, you know? I really appreciate that about these dresses. Honestly, whoever worked on Barbie as a Princess and the Pauper, you deserve a bloody raise, okay? So coming in at number 6 from Barbie Fairytopia is Alina's original main look with her wings. Her pink dress and her pink sparkly wings. The thing that pushes this look over the edge is the wings. Growing up watching this film, waiting to the very end when she would get these and they'd be all pink and sparkly, and then she'd fly off and her like little trail after she's flown would be like pink dust. Oh my goodness, I've never wanted anything more. They're so pretty. They're really what makes this look so good. Obviously I do love the traditional dress as well. I think it's cute how she kind of looks like a peony herself, and also her green shoes help sort of tie in that vibe, and they're essentially, I guess, like the vines or like the plant of the flower. So I think this look is very cohesive and it makes sense for a fairy to look like a flower. I do wish that when she got the pink sparkly wings she did get a bit more sparkle added to her main dress. I think it would have been fun as like a little finishing little touch. But I don't really have anything bad to say about this. It's the wings. It really is the wings. These are my absolute favourite fairy wings, period, of all time. Amongst any kind of fairy movie, these are my absolute favourite wings. I like that they've almost got like a orangey yellow hue in some lights. As much as I'm not really an orange and pink fan, in this case, I'll allow it because they're just so beautiful. They're the perfect size, they're big and loud and proud, and I just, she looks stunning. Stunning. Now, although I did say I have no notes, you probably know what I'm going to say at this point when it comes to Barbie Fairytopia. Alina's look in particular. I wish, and this would have been the perfect opportunity when she got these wings to do this, that she had her hair down. I just want to see that hairstyle for longer than 2 seconds in the film. This would have been the perfect time to do it with the little like half up, half down, the little bits in the front with her new wings. Would have looked gorgeous. I don't mind the bun. It's a little bit different. We don't really see her much with a low, simple bun like this in pretty much any other Barbie film. So I get they wanted her to be different, but this would have been the time to give her that hair. I know we're rating the dresses, and in this case the wings, but I'm just saying it would have pushed this outfit over the top. Undeniably, it is just one of the most gorgeous, classic, OG Barbie looks, and I love it. I am really sad that this didn't quite make it to the top 5 just because of what is in that category, but it just missed. It was her hair, alright? It was her hair, and maybe the fact that the dress itself isn't sparkly. Other than that, it should have made top 5. I do apologise. But let's get into the top 5 and you'll see why it didn't make it there. Anywho, right, we're officially in the top 5. So these are like my ultimate favourite dresses. And yeah, these ones I struggled to place because, again, they all deserve a top spot. But I had to place them somewhere, so let's do it. Okay, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, from Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus, we have Annika's final transformation dress. This is arguably one of the most beautiful Barbie dresses ever. The colour to begin with, it's that signature like Arnica purple. It's so beautiful. I love the skirt, of course. It's got a big flowy skirt. I like it in the long and the short version because she wears the shorter version, I'm pretty sure, at the end when they're ice skating in kind of like the credit scene. But I will be honest, in this case, I much prefer the long ball gown version. I like how it's just like a simple sort of strap. It feels a little bit modern considering she does kind of wear jeans and knee-high boots in this film. I'll let it slide. We're not really sure what sort of era this film she's living in because there's horses and carriages and Pegasuses, but she wears jeans and boots and does ice skating. Who knows? Oh, it's so pretty. I remember growing up, one of my best friends had a fancy dress, like version, like costume of this dress, and every time I went round to her house I was like, please can I put it on? I want to try it on. And also in the same vein, while I'm thinking about it, one of my cousins used to have an Erica maid dress as well, and I used to ask her to put that on. I was so jealous. I don't know why I didn't have an Annalise dress growing up. I want one now, as we know. Anyway, this dress though, so gorgeous. I love the layered skirt. I love the corset with like the little like bow sort of ribbon detail she has, and then it's also on the end of the corset. It's so cute. It's definitely a really good twirling dress. It looks like it has a lot of movement to it. Oh, fly. I like how it matches the wand of light. Like the wand of light just adds to the whole look. The crown as well, her hair with like the traditional nutcracker Barbie type curls. Those unbrushed George Washington curls made sense with this dress. I have nothing bad to say about this. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. And I think she complements Brietta's pink dress really nicely as well with this. Like the pink and the purple. Oh, I'm looking at it on my phone now and I am just in awe. It's so pretty. The lilac purple is one of those colours that again just scratches an itch in my brain. It's perfectly sparkly. It makes sense in the film. And the fact that it's a transformation dress out of what looks like a Glinda bubble makes it that much more wow. I'm in awe. I love it. I love it. Next up, coming in at number 4 from Barbie and the Nutcracker is the Sugar Plum Princess dress. This one is so unbelievably like jaw-dropping. It's insane. It's so beautiful. The shade of pink, how sparkly this one is. This one's so shimmery. This is our first proper Barbie dress. Like this is the OG, so naturally it had to be in the top 5. It's not my personal top favourite, hence why it's not number 1, but I couldn't put it any lower. I couldn't possibly. I love the fact again that it comes out of a transformation, of course, a classic Barbie transformation. I love the fact that it's a tutu as well. The sleeves, I mean they're not technically sleeves, they're sort of like the little drop bits because she has the straps, like the sort of like arm cuffs if you will, the little frills, they're almost like kind of mesh that blend in with the dress. Beautiful, no notes, fabulous. The bodice on this dress is absolutely unbelievable. The pink frill along the top, the little gold rim, and again just how sparkly it is. Like every time she moves even just an inch it glistens so beautifully. Of course the skirt, it's a big puffy skirt. It is a tutu like I said, but it just, I love the movement of it, especially when they're doing the pas de deux. Like this whole end scene in the film is gorgeous anyway, but her dress just obviously makes it. It's so beautiful. I love when she dances, how it moves. They really came out of the gate with one of the most beautiful dresses of all time. Again, she's got that like typical Barbie, like George Washington curls, the unbrushed look, which makes so much sense with this outfit. It's an iconic one. It's undeniably iconic. And the little crown she has on her head. And again, she has got that more golden Barbie hair, which I just think elevates this look even more. It's just so whimsical and dreamy, and especially because it's the first film, it's got that almost grainy, almost looks like it was shot on film, even though I know it's an animation, like sort of feel to it. So it just feels more dreamy and hazy as an overall look. Yeah, this is stunning and you can't disagree with me. I simply won't let you. Sun's gone in again, lighting's got a bit funny, but who cares because we've made it to the top 3. Are you ready? Oh yeah. And I do just want to say that number 3 and number 4, like these were very hard to place. I could have put them either way. So just in retrospect, it doesn't really matter which one's above both. They're pretty much on the same level as each other. But for the sake of ranking, I had to pick one that was slightly better. And just for the sake of the fact that I like this film more, it went a bit higher than the other one. So in the spot of number 3, from Barbie as Rapunzel, we have Rapunzel's ball gown. This dress it's a classic and an iconic fan favourite for a reason. I love seeing people recreate it in real life. It's so pretty. I don't think anyone can make it just as sparkly as it is in the film. Obviously I know it's animated so they can do what they want, but this is a breathtaking dress. I'll be honest and say that the sleeves are the only thing that slightly irritate me. I don't like how the rest of the sleeve compared to the puff is just kind of plain and just sort of finishes at her wrist. Obviously I have mentioned that before, so that was probably a no-brainer, but the rest of the sleeve makes up for it. The huge balloon puff sleeves, the sparkle, the gold rim on everything. Obviously gold and purple is very much Rapunzel's colours, so it works so well. And I like that they kept a hint of pink in the bodice, so you've still got like Rapunzel's maid dress kind of tied in there somehow. The perfect shades of purple. absolutely exquisite. Couldn't have picked them better myself. The light and the lighter, love it. Again, scratches an itch in my brain. You could probably say it with me at this point. This dress is gorgeous. It's a huge skirt, floor-length ball gown. It's so sparkly. I love her hair with it as well. I think that also elevates the outfit, even though she doesn't get it with the outfit for very long. I think the hair just makes it, it's so pretty with like all the braids and stuff. I do also like that when they made it into a doll, they added a rose in the middle of the dress. I thought that was quite a nice touch. They could have maybe put it in the film, but I think the dress doesn't need it because it's already so pretty. I'm sorry if I'm speaking at like a million miles an hour, but when I talk about these, I get genuinely so excited because just look at them. Like, who doesn't want to wear that every single day? I know I do. I love the fact that on the skirt it's got like that extra layer, like the transparent glittery layer that just sort of goes over the top. It's so pretty. The movement in this dress and the footsteps in this film are iconic, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I love it. I do think the rose would have been a nice detail, but like I said, the dress on its own, it's just the most beautiful thing, and the colours, everything is working. The hair, this is an absolute 11 out of 10. It's my top 3. It is my top 3, and I know that a lot of you guys also like this dress, so hopefully you will agree with me. So now we need to move on to the top 2, which I need to put this out there, and I know I've kind of said it for a few, but these two I genuinely could not decipher between the two. For the sake of the fact that I am doing a ranking and they have to have separate numbers is the only reason we have a 1 and a 2. Otherwise, these would be on par with each other because these are genuinely my favourite of all time Barbie movie dresses. I feel like I've said that about all of these. Maybe I love them all, who knows? But these two are just top tier. They're god tier. Okay, nothing is better than these. But I did have to put them in a space, and I still now am looking at it like, have I chosen wrong? But I don't know, just we're gonna see. I may regret this, but let's just do it anyway. But I think I've ummed and ahed enough, and I did switch these around multiple times because I really wasn't sure. So coming in at number 2 from Barbie of Swan Lake is Odette's swan dress. In the long and the short version, because she does wear both. With the wings, without the wings, this is a breathtaking dress. The Barbie team got it so right with this one. It's so beautiful. It's so sparkly. I love the feather detail. Like, everything about this dress is just so unique. I don't have words to describe it because it's so beautiful. They absolutely got every single thing right with this dress. The choker, the headpiece, the armbands, the shoes, obviously they're point shoes, but still they work, and obviously the dress itself. So let's talk about it. The blue and the pink. The blue and the pink is, I mean, it's a colour combo that instantly draws my attention anyway. Scratches an itch in my brain. Feathers are so sparkly. Like I said, I love both long and short version. I don't know if I actually have a favourite. I think I love them both equally, and I love it when she gets the wings with it at the end with her hair up in the bun. It's so pretty. And I remember when I was younger I was like, why does she have wings? Did she become a fairy and I just missed that part? Then I grew up and realised, oh, because it's a swan, it's obviously a swan thing. They're not real wings, it's just part of her outfit. But I get it. She's staying on theme with her her little spell, if you will. The arm, like wristband things, are so beautiful. I think it really elevates the dress so nicely. It ties in with the skirt, the bodice. I don't care how many feathers are on this dress. Some people say it's too much. I think it's just enough. I love the top of the bodice with the extra feathers, the little mini ones. They're so beautiful. The simple pink corset, and then it all comes together in the skirt. Obviously, if you could tell by now, you should know I love a big huge skirt. I like it when it's a skirt or it's a tutu in both versions. It has so much movement. The feathers are so sparkly, like I've said. I like how you've got the variations of size. I also like that it doesn't go all the way down and we still get to see just normal skirt at the bottom. I love the fact that it's got the extra like sheer layer that most of the Barbie dresses have. It just adds an element to it. I don't even know what it is. It just makes it so much more fun and gives it a lot more depth as a dress. The choker that goes with it also I absolutely love. I'm not much of a choker person in real life myself, but with a lot of these Barbie dresses, chokers are so necessary. Like, I see why they were added because they just elevate the look that much more. Also, in some parts of the film she actually doesn't wear the armband like little situation, so I'm glad that the top of the corset has got this feather detail so it doesn't look plain and boring when she doesn't have that bit. But when she does, oh, they just look so floaty and cute on her arms. Like, genuinely how beautiful is this dress. You can't deny it's one of the most gorgeous pieces I think I ever laid my eyes on. And again, I absolutely love it when people recreate it in real life. Breathtaking. And it's another one that when I can make my own dresses, this is going to be one of the tops on my list. This truly is absolute perfection in the eyes of Swan Lake. This is the reason I probably won't go and see the real Swan Lake in ballet, because I know I won't see a dress like this. And even though the one from the pink shoes is nice and it kind of slightly paid homage to this, nothing is going to beat the original. This is a truly, truly magnificent garment. And it had to make number 2. And of course, it's probably no surprise to absolutely anyone, and the fact that this is the last main Barbie dress left. I am a huge, huge Annalise fan. Of course, she's literally been in the back as my set dressing this entire time. So it goes without saying that my absolute number 1 favourite Barbie dress of all time, from Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper, is Annalise's pink dress. This is the dress. If I had to like come down to a decision and be like, look, I can only have one Barbie dress out of the whole universe to have for myself in real life, this would be one of the ones that I would choose. It's so unbelievably beautiful. Obviously it is on my doll as being modelled back here. This is my Annalise that I revived myself. I bought it from Vinted. It was like 30 quid. The hair was matted and tangled. It's kind of gone back to looking like that now. I would pick her up, but then she's going to fall over again, and it took me ages to get her to stand here. I stitched up her dress because it had a huge hole in it, and I sprayed it with glitter spray, and I fixed her crown and everything. I'm very proud of my Annalise. She looks fabulous. This dress, I love the shade of pink. It's the most gorgeous, perfect shade of pink ever. I love Annalise's whole vibe in general, and I feel like the dress is just an extension of her. The skirt, of course, we have to talk about the skirt. It's a big ball gown skirt. You know I love it already. I like the extra layer along the top with all the sparkles, the gold rim around the bottom. I just think it finishes off the dress perfectly. And even though they're really plain and simple, I like the little pink shoes she has with them. Of course, we have another 3/4 length sleeve, another elbow length. It's perfection. The corset bodice design with like the little crossover, like gold stitching with the rose in the middle. All of this is simply divine. There is no other word for it. It's so pretty. I love all the frilling around the top. I like how the bottom of the bodice, like the corset style, also goes into like a sort of V. I think it ends it off quite nicely. And again, we have like the frills coming out around the bottom of the bodice, which just ties in with the sleeves so perfectly. The sandwich method is sandwich methoding, if you will. I love her hair, of course. Again, she's got those typical Barbie curls, her gold crown as well, and the little pink and gold ring that she has. All of the attention to detail in this entire look is just exquisite. Like, Annalise is my favourite for a reason, because just look at her. Just look at her. I love the fact that even though it's an animation, they still put effort and detail into like the corset and like the bodice on the front. Like, they still put little patterns on that, even though you probably, as a kid, probably wouldn't notice, as an adult, I really appreciate this, because look, if I zoom in on the corset at like the little pattern detail that it has on the front, like the gold, and it's almost similar, probably the same sort of design that is on her wedding dress, which is a nice little design feature. I feel like I also have to mention, as I didn't mention it with Erica, but I'm mentioning it now, that I really love the capes, like the cloaks that they wear when they meet each other in the town. I still, to this day, I'm like, why are they both blue? I get the only thing that separates them is the fact that Annalise's has a gold trim because she's royal and Erica's doesn't, but couldn't they have been opposite colours? Like, Annalise had a blue one, Erica had a pink one. I think that could have been fun. Still to this day, I've always thought that, but I do really like the cloaks, and especially the blue one complements Annalise's dress just beautifully. Nothing, not a bad word to say about Annalise or her dress. And the fact that Erica made it in this universe just makes it that a little bit better. Honestly, I could go on about this dress in its own separate video for like 2 hours. It's just that gorgeous, and it's just an animation. Like, it doesn't make any sense how they genuinely made just the most perfect thing ever. I love seeing people recreate it in real life. One day, hopefully, I will make my own. That is a goal of mine, is to be able to make this dress for myself. It's just so truly beautiful, and it just sums my aesthetic up as a whole. All of her jewellery, like the choker that she has on the Barbie doll, everything works, and it's It's truly, there's no other, I'm speechless when I look at this dress. There is a reason that it made my #1. Let me know if you agree. Okay, my cheeks hurt from all of that smiling and talking, but we have finally come to the end of my ranking video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I really loved making it, and I do plan to make a lot more of these style videos in the future. Ranking not only stuff in the Barbie Cinematic Universe, I do want to step over into Disney and princesses, another element, you know, of media that I'm very passionate about. If you did like it, please make sure to give it a like down below, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on that post notification bell so you're notified when I upload. I post ranking videos and vlogs. Of course, let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Let me know what your favourite Barbie movie dress is. Allow me to know your top 3, I think is a good measure of your favourites. What are your top 3 favourite Barbie movie dresses of all time? And with that, I think that's all I have to say for today's video. So I will see you in my next one. Thanks so much. Love you lots and bye.